is Jenny from Team Super Awesome Art, and today I have to share with you guys this custom Davy Jones figure. This one was sculpted by Hutch. I'm going to go ahead and roll some footage of him actually working on this figure, and then at the end of the video, we'll go over everything that went into making this guy. This figure also comes with a base and some interchangeable parts. So please stick around to the end of the video and we'll go over all his extras and how they actually work. all finished. This was a commissioned request. We were requested to make this figure in sculpture form. Now, the original artist of this image is Tiago Hoysel. I believe that's how you say his name. I'm going to post all his information down below so you can definitely check out more of his work. He did the original drawing for this figure. The person that commissioned this, they wanted that exact drawing in figure form, and that's what we gave him. So we pretty much brought Tiago's drawing to 3D form. Now, like I said, this one was fully sculpted and painted by Hutch. The person that commissioned this, his name is Kenny. He asked us to make this exact character in figure form, and he wanted it to be this size. He owns a painting, I think it's a canvas painting of Tiago's work, and he wanted the figure to go with it. To start, Hutch sketched out this figure on paper so that he can get the dimensions correctly. Then he made an armature figure out of wire and then started sculpting on that. The sculpture on this figure is just amazing. Like I said, his goal was to really capture the original drawing as much as possible. This guy has so much detail. You can see all his kind of pores on his skin there, in his face, as well as on his hand. You can see all the little tentacle suckers all along there. This figure also is really cool because not only is his clothes fully textured, but he put barnacles on this entire thing. There are so many, and that's what took the longest for him to do, was all the barnacles. It was insane. He had to sculpt each one individually and make sure that they all stood out and looked like barnacles. The other thing that's really cool, of course, is his claw hand. And then, of course, what really sells this character is the eyes, and he tried to capture that just like in the original drawing of this figure. Another thing that he captured with this character is, of course, the teeth. They are super creepy and tiny and sharp, and he tried to capture that in this figure as well. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, there are some interchangeable parts on this figure, and the first one is the hat. It actually comes off, and you can display him with the hat or without the hat, which is so amazing that you have that option. He gave him kind of like a pirate bandana, and he tied it out on the back there. And then, of course, you can display it with the hat. The hat is also a lot of detail with all the barnacles and all the colors. He even gave it kind of a watery, wet look at the top of the hat, which is a really cool detail. And then my absolute favorite part about this entire sculpt, well, one of my favorite because there's so many, but it's this little tiny little crab on the side of his hat there. The original drawing does have that little detail, so he went ahead and added it to the figure, and it is super adorable. He is so tiny. I kind of want to just keep this little crab. He is super cute. This hat also has a kind of a soft fabric lining on the inside, so when you go ahead and put the hat on the figure, it is protected and safe, and you don't have to worry about it sliding. So that's another really neat little detail. Another thing that's really cool is if you look really closely, there's a whole bunch of like little seashells, and there's also all these little tiny seaweed pieces hanging all over this character, which is a really cool little detail. Another thing is, of course, his peg leg that the original drawing has, and then he has the one boot with the buckle. He also has a buckle on his chest. A big detail on this figure is, of course, the hand that has the tentacle hanging out there. It is fully sculpted, a fully sculpted hand with the little tentacle hanging down just like in the picture. It is super cute. When Hutch got this commissioned, he was asked if there was any way we can do a detachable hand so that he can be holding a sword, and Hutch said, of course, we can definitely do that. So this hand actually comes off and is replaced with this sword hand right here. So you can just go ahead and pop that one in, and now he is holding a sword. And then, of course, you can display it with the hat or without the hat, but super cool interchangeable parts. The hands are super awesome. They're both sculpted individually. There's the original hand, the one that comes in the drawing, and then this is the sculpted hand with the sword that Hutch kind of came up with and to add it to this character. So really neat details. Really cool that you could change these out. Of course, he can be displayed whichever way you prefer, with the sword and the hat or without it. And then on top of all these interchangeable parts, this figure also comes with a base, and the base is right here. He sculpted the base to give it kind of a pirate ship feel with kind of old planks that are all kind of corroded and warped a bit. And they also have the nail holes on them, and they are all discolored. And then he did barnacles and seashells all around the base. He even added some real seashells onto this base because nothing's more real than real seashells. So it's a really cute little touch that this base has. Now what's really neat about this figure is a lot of this character, of course, is exactly like it's seen in the picture in Tiago's version, but there is a lot of this character that you really don't get to see in a 2D image. So a lot of the stuff on this character, Hutch had to kind of come up with himself. So everything on the back, really, he had to kind of figure out on his own as to what it would look like and what it would feel like. As far as how his cape lays in the back, what the top of his hat looks like, because you can't see that in the picture, and of course what his tentacles look like from behind. So you can see it there. He kind of had to sculpt all this on his own and really come up with a clear idea of what it would look like, what this character would look like from behind. This is a really amazing figure. I'm so glad we were approached to do this. I am so glad that Hutch did it because he did an amazing job at this figure. The whole set is really unique and interactive. This really is an amazing piece that Hutch got to do, and I'm so happy I got to share it with you guys. We do so many pops on our channel. Our channel is primarily pops only because we do get so many requests for it, but we do so much more than just pops. And this is just a chance that we get to share more of our customizing and sculpting abilities with you guys. Hopefully you loved this video. Hopefully you got to see some new things that you wouldn't necessarily see if we were working on vinyls. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this one just as much as you do our custom pops and vinyls. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below if you guys have any questions on any of this. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And as always, guys, subscribe to see more cool stuff from us in the future. Thank you so much for watching.